Hello, and what is up? It's your boy Real_Joshua, and I just got a package in. I decided that I wanted to order a bunch of TCG accessories from Temu, and I am going to take them to a local, and I want to just see what the quality of this stuff is like, because I've always been curious. There's like deck boxes on there, there's like play mats, there's all kinds of stuff that they have on Temu, so I ordered a few of them, and let's see what they are like. First off, I want to thank everyone for watching. Please subscribe. I will be bringing all of this stuff to a local and documenting what it's like and what people think of the stuff that I'm bringing. And that will come after this, like, I guess, review of the products initially. But let's open this and see what we got. Okay, it is Josh from the future here, and when I first made this introduction, I didn't really know what was going to be happening in this video, but now that I have been using these products for a bit over a month, I can now tell you definitively how I feel about these products. So stay tuned until the end. I will be coming back and letting you know exactly how I feel about each one of these products. And let me tell you, I was actually pretty pleasantly surprised by quite a few of these things. Okay, so here is the package. Came in this, but let's see what we have. First, we have a mat that I designed myself. So you put in your mat design and then they print it out for you. This was $7.29. They print all of the play areas for you, so you don't have any choice of how you design or put your own play stuff on. So okay, I guess I didn't really design this then. I just chose a background. The quality is actually, it's pretty nice. It's like a kind of cheap mouse pad, I would say, but it is large. It is exactly kind of the size that you would want it to be, and I would definitely bring this to locals for $7.29. That's pretty good, and you could choose your own picture for this. I don't think they care about copyright stuff, so this is not a copyrighted thing. It's like a Frutiger Arrow design. I don't know if y'all know about Frutiger Arrow, but it's like the old Windows type stuff. As you can tell, it's got that too. It smells a little funky. It smells like old rice. I don't know what that means, but this is the mat, $7.29. I'm actually pretty pleased with that. I'm gonna bring it to locals. Okay, next we have, a deck box. This was $6.16. Okay, so it's got magnets, opens and closes. Honestly, dude, okay, so I recently got a OPTCG.GG deck box, and this feels like a cheap knockoff version of that. Granted, this is $6.16, and the OPTCG one is like $30, but that one has a nice devil footprint all over it, and this is, it looks similar actually, but the build quality, you could tell it's just way cheaper. Okay, so this is the OPTCG.GG one, and this is the Temu one, but obviously the design is way cooler. The way that this is like stitched together is just way more high quality. You could see this like padding here. It's thicker. Overall, just a sturdier deck box. It has this little like thing that you can put like a little charm on. I have my little chopper in there. That being said, it's, if you're really strapped for cash, let's see if this fits in here. Okay, so one thing is that this will not fit my oversleeved cards, which sucks, but this one does. And it fits my like leader card, RIP Doflamingo, by the way. So yeah, I mean, I will bring this to locals, but it can really only bring my regular deck in here, and I can't fit all this stuff. So I'm gonna have to figure something else out for that, maybe re-sleeve or something. But that sucks. Oh, we have dice. This was $1.71 for these dice. Okay, these are blue starry sky dice. These are really cute. Look at that. I mean, they look a little bit cheap, like I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a little bit dented, sort of like where the number has been pressed in. They all have that, but I mean, it's just, you're rolling a die. I don't think Temu dice, and I like how these look too. Oh, the rest is sleeves. First, we have these Aegis 100 pack sleeves, and these are, yeah, it's looking like 250 packs. This was $5.29, not each. For both of these, it was $5.29. Pretty nondescript, no labeling or anything like that. Seems like it could be a good option if you're starting. Let's give it the old rip test here. These are not, you know, katanas or dragon shields, but oh, that that rips pretty easily compared to, this is a dragon shield. Okay. Oh, that actually ripped pretty easily. That ripped pretty, that's about the same ease of rip, I would say. So maybe we can't tell that much about the difference of quality. I will say these do feel cheaper for whatever that is worth. Let's see how it looks on card. Temu Tsuru. So if you are looking to get, you know, a pack of sleeves for half the amount that you would get the other pack of sleeves, this is not bad. I will say there's a lot of ways you can get deals on sleeves. I got a bunch from TikTok using like a TikTok coupon. Maybe I should like put something on TikTok shop because I've been doing TikTok stuff lately. Follow me on TikTok, real_Joshua TCG. And then here are these special Uta art card sleeves. These were the most expensive thing that I got, and they were $9.28. Since there's 50, I cannot waste them. Okay, it's got like this kind of holographic backed look to it. Okay, I mean, not bad. The art is cute. You could show up with that at a local and people would be like, oh, that's a cute sleeve, you know? I didn't want to get, you know, the less tasteful sorts because that's just not my steez, but yeah, that's what this Uta sleeve looks like for $10. The whole order for all this stuff, it was $32.55 shipped. Which is how much you might spend on a deck box if you're getting like the nice stuff. So if you're just starting the game and you just need the basics, you wouldn't even need to get these art sleeves. This could be $20 for you. So Temu kind of came through. This looks like a legit setup, dude. You're playing Burn D World. Your card gets plus 69k something. Put the leader here. You know, that's not bad. That is not terrible. The font on the playmat is kind of funny, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, dude. Anyway, we are now going to take this to a local and log the experience. So we'll see what happens. What did you think of my setup? This setup, like, you can be brutally honest. What do you think of this? Yeah, my playmat, my sleeves.
Everyone has their own aesthetic. I mean, I just don't know what the mat, like,
do you like
what
it?
It's from. Yeah, it's cool. I like the blue, goes with it. Okay. It's kind of weird though with the purple, but the red and blue is kind of cool.
How do these sleeves feel to you? I was like, what would you rate on 1 out of 10?
They're just as smooth as like playing katanas.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say
just as smooth as katanas, you'd say? Okay.
That's pretty much what I use.
Okay.
Katana sleeves, they feel pretty much just as smooth. I feel these brand new as well.
Yeah.
These aren't bad. It's a lot of gloss, dang.
I know, dude.
It's super glossy.
These are, everything is from, it's Temu. Everything's Temu. Yeah, dude. This was sub $32 setup for everything.
That's pretty good.
And these dice too. Actually, we didn't use my dice, but
I think they're great. They're not like they don't have like any deformity.
These were like $2. These were like $2.
That's about right. Because they're like what, $5-6? Like the
real
bougie,
the good ones.
Have you seen the $100 ones?
Yes.
I was actually kind of tempted at one point, like,
that's the problem. Like, you have the choice,
flex, you know. But
okay, so it has been about a month that I've been using these Temu products, and let's go over how I feel about them now a month later. Let's start out with the deck box. I would not use this anymore. I was so excited to stop having to use this deck box, and it's primarily just because these didn't fit my cards that I really wanted to put in here. Anything that's double sleeved, any sort of like mini snap leader case is not going to fit in here, guys. So if you have cards that are just too big for this, it's not going to work. So I think if you are a beginner and you only plan on using normal size sleeves with no over sleeves or anything fancy like that, this will get the job done. But even for that, honestly, guys, I would say just use the deck boxes that come with some of the like older starter decks. You could get it with ST13, you can get it with ST10. So the three brothers and the three captains sets come with deck boxes, which are really, really nice. And they will get the job done much better than this. They're really versatile. And then, yeah, you could just get like the Bandai ones if you want a beginner deck box. It'll cost you a few more dollars, but you know, at least the ones with the starter decks will come with cards, and the ones that you get from Bandai will be not too much more expensive than this. So I would not recommend the Temu deck box. Now let's talk about these sleeves, the Aegis sleeves, which I use to sleeve an entire deck. These are really good, dude. Like, I'm not going to say that they're the same quality as katanas or dragon sleeves, but for the price, they are, you know, you're getting just a lot of sleeve and they work really well. The shuffle is nice. It's less glossy than the dragon shields and katanas and less like pillowy smooth of a shuffle when you first get them. But I actually kind of like that about these, because my problem with katanas and dragon shields is that when I first get them, they're slipping all over the place, dude. So I would actually recommend using these kinds of sleeves for like tournaments. I think they do get a little bit dinged up kind of quickly at the edges. There is a bit of, I guess, wear and tear that I wouldn't see as much from the dragon shields or katanas, but even now they look pretty freaking good. And I did use these quite a bit toward the end of as we were headed into like EBO2 as I was playing Dofi and stuff like that. So yeah, I would recommend these sleeves, the Aegis sleeves. Really nice. And I think especially if you're a beginner or you're looking for something cheaper alternative toward dragon sleeves or katanas, these can be really, really great for you. Next, let's talk about the Uta character art sleeves. This was kind of like the meme pick of the bunch. I don't really recommend these guys. Like, when it comes to sleeves, if you're looking for art sleeves, get original art, support artists, you know, buy from their Etsy's or whatever. And you know, if that's too expensive for you, there are other ways you could just get like some of the official Bandai sleeves for basically the same price, right? Like maybe like $2 more or something. If you really want art sleeves, you can get official art sleeves for not that much more than this. So I wouldn't go to Temu to buy nice art sleeves. Support artists, but if you're on a budget and you really need art sleeves, just buy the Bandai ones, right? Like, I don't know, it's a weird like in-between line. Like, who are these for, you know? It's way too glossy. It's like chintzy. There's like too much going on here, dude. The dice were really cool. I don't know where the dice are, honestly. The dice are cool. I think it's great if you are playing D&D and you need like have use for a bunch of different types of die, but I will say there wasn't like 2 D6s in there, so it was hard like if you're rolling high or low. I think it's best for like counting in game for stuff. So look out for that. Make sure any set that you get comes with 2 D6s, because that's like the most important thing when playing One Piece. You're rolling for game, and it's like the big thing that you really want the dice for, right? I think the dice themselves were a really great deal, and I think if you are really strapped for cash and you need dice, and you want something a little bit fancier than the ones that you would get at like Target. I think Target dice would be like way more expensive than that, honestly. Like bicycle dice would be more expensive. But yeah, the dice were really solid. And then finally, my favorite, honestly, was this mat. I know like it looks funky and the text is weird, but I like this image. I like this style. And it's like, I feel like it's my thing that I put together, and it was only $7. And the biggest thing for me was that like, I've been wanting a mat that is very clear, right? That it doesn't have too much visual clutter, because sometimes when I'm playing in like high stress, high pressure situations, I look at my mat and I'm like, even if it distracts me for a second, I'm like, dang, that's a cool piece of art. Then I get distracted and I'm like, oh shit, I was playing a game. But just having the play zones on here, it's all very visually clear. I like this thing, and I will probably use it a bit more even after this whole Temu trial has ended. Will I use it for every single thing I go to? Absolutely not. I like the brands that I've gotten these from, and being able to display your art and show your style is a big part of playing One Piece in person or any TCG in person. I like that about it, but I do like this as like every once in a while, or when I'm playing a tourney or something, I would recommend this, especially for the price, especially if you're starting, and especially if there's not a mat that has an image that is something that you like yet, if you are willing to live with this freaking font. So all that being said, is it worth actually buying your TCG accessories from Temu? I would say if you are a beginner, absolutely. Like, it's a great way to get into TCG physical play without having to spend like a ton of money on stuff that you're just never going to use again, right? Now, am I going to say you should buy this if you have money over something that is like a nicer solution, more creative art, something that is supporting artists? No. If you have disposable income, you're playing a card game, support the people who are making these really creative accessories. It's a big market. I think it's what makes the card game community as great as it is, right? Is that we have all these people who can create these accessories inspired by the franchises that they love, and people will like support them that way. I think that's like a really beautiful part of the community. So I would definitely encourage people to do that before going to Temu. But again, if you are just starting and that curve is looking way too high for you, this could be a good option. And yeah, don't be afraid to check stuff out on Temu if you have to. But also, don't like think that everything you get is going to be like the same quality as what I got, because the stock on inventory on there is changing every freaking day. But know that you can get some pretty good stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch at real_Joshua. I also have a Discord and Patreon down in the description, as well as a new Dueling Guard partnership. Use code RealJoshua at checkout to get 5% off your order, and that also helps me out. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Later.